Heyo! What's up, everybody? How are you all doing today? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody had a nice, enjoyable weekend and are ready to get back to business tomorrow because, oh my goodness, do we have a lot to discuss today on this live. Oh my goodness, do we have a lot to discuss today. Gang. Phew. A lot of talk going on this week about the macro impacts on everything that's been going on with the short squeeze situation with hedge funds, the leverage situation, forced selling in other places, redemptions from these hedge funds, and then now the big talk is about silver. Everywhere I seem to look so far over the weekend, people are talking about silver. And I have gotten a ton of questions about what this all means, how this can impact the markets, how we can profit from it. I'm going to break all that down for you guys here today on this live stream and just make sure that everybody understands exactly what is actually taking place and exactly what everyone's talking about why they think that what's going on with the GameStop short squeeze, why people think that could be leading to selling in the broader markets, and more importantly, why is everybody now talking about silver and why are they looking towards silver to potentially be the next major massive squeeze? All right. So, and then tonight we also are going to have a very special guest on the live stream with me here tonight, guys, to be going over and actually reviewing the TTG curriculum. A college professor is going to be joining me and giving their honest opinion on the TTG curriculum. So we have a lot to go over here today on this live stream, guys. Welcome. If you guys are brand new, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and of course, smash that like button if you guys haven't done so already. You want to make sure you are subscribing and turning on your notifications because I do these live streams every day, and I'm always sharing with you guys golden nuggets of information and education on every single one of these live streams. My goal with all of these is to make you guys a better trader. Okay. My name is Michael Edward. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. Began my career working at a fund, and they put me through an educational training program that taught me everything it is that I implement in my trading here today. And I share with you golden nuggets of that information on each and every single one of these lives totally for free. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. All right. We're streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Welcome on everyone that is joining us on all of those different social media platforms, guys. So like I said, we have a lot to go over here today. All right. A lot to go over. We're going to be talking to you like my weekly outlook is going to be, we'll talk about some levels in the S&P. We'll talk about some levels. We are gapping down in the S&P right now in the futures market. We are going to be discussing potential support levels, what I think the markets are going to do, but I really want to put a major focus on the silver market and what the big discussion is, because a lot of people are talking about it. Very few actually understand what is being discussed and why people think that silver could potentially be the next GameStop type of squeeze. Okay. And then, like I said, we have a very special guest joining me here today on this live. All right. So welcome, guys. I'm excited. We've got a lot to be going over. We had a big week last week. I told you guys to get your butts in chat last week. It was a monster week. So much action, so much going on, so many stocks moving, so much volatility. And all of those names will continue to be in focus going into next week. Okay, all GameStop, AMC, all those big short squeeze names, they'll all continue to be in focus, and that is leading to also some really good volatility in the overall markets. Okay, so we have a lot to go over here today, guys. All right, so guys, quickly, you will. Guys, tonight you guys are going to probably be seeing a lot of people that are on this stream, okay, that are members of True Trading Group that mention they're winning trades. It's important for you guys to note that although the vast majority of people in TTG do well, it does not mean that everyone does it, and certainly does not mean that those doing well do not struggle at the very beginning of their journey. Okay, so tonight I just want to ask this question first. Okay, and that is for all of my TTG members that struggled at first with trading, and were able to turn it around, improve as a trader, and begin to make money as a direct result of working with True Trading Group. I want you all to type the number 1 in chat right now. Okay, guys, go ahead and type the number 1 in chat if you are a TTG member that was struggling in the beginning and then were able to turn things around and are now making money after working with True Trading Group and going through the education and the courses and everything that we provide in True Trading Group, which leads me to a beautiful segue. Like I said, later on in this live stream, we are going to be having a college professor on to share their input and their review and critique of the TTG curriculum itself. Okay, so the reason why I want to point this out and have all of you see how many people that are typing the number 1 here in chat is because, you know, so many people just want to start trading and they just want to automatically just start making boatloads of money. All right, but it is okay if you are struggling in the beginning. You're not just going to open up a trading account, put a few $1,000 in it, sign up to True Trading Group, and become a millionaire within a month. Okay, that's not realistic. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You guys have to, just like any other skill that you would try to learn throughout life, you have to be willing to put in a little bit of time, energy, and effort in order to master that skill to become a consistently profitable trader. And if you are struggling now and you're watching this video and you are not a TTG member, or maybe you are a TTG member and you're struggling, we leave no trader behind. That's one of our slogans. Myself and the rest of the TTG fam will be there with you guys to walk you through that entire process and be there with you every single step of the way. All right. So guys, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give some time for people to log on. I've got a very important live stream. Okay. That I want to ask people. First, before we do, I want to see who is on this live right now that is brand new. Okay, if you are brand new, this is your very first TTG live stream, type the letter I in chat right now if this is your very first live stream on TTG. All right, we got a lot of ones coming. I can't even keep up with how fast I can't even keep up how fast you guys are typing. I was going to try to read some of your names. There, but they're coming through so quickly, I can't even keep up. Okay, you guys can see it. We've got it up on the screen. You can see how many people are coming through there with letter I's. Wow, that is a lot of first-timers. Guys, welcome. Listen, my TTG fam, if you are TTG fam, guys, give a big welcome to all of our new viewers. A lot of respect for all of our new viewers that are joining me here tonight on this live stream because, you know, Sunday night, instead of laying in bed watching Netflix, you guys are looking for information on how you can profit from the week ahead. Okay, every Sunday night I do these live streams and we talk about, you know, the weekly outlook and what I think the market's going to do, where I see opportunities, what stocks I'm looking to buy, what stocks I'm looking to short. And tonight's live stream is going to be a very important one because we have a lot of macroeconomic things to be discussing. Okay, a lot of macroeconomic things to be discussing. Okay, so excellent. All right, I love it. Welcome all of our new viewers. You guys are in for truly a treat. Now, I'm going to start things off the same way that I start off most of my live streams, and that's just because I want to give some time for people to log on because we have a lot of valuable info we're going to talk about tonight, and that is going to be just, let's start off with an open floor blanket Q&A. I will ask you this. Do not ask me a question about GameStop, AMC, KOSS, silver. because I'm going to talk about all of that later on the live stream when I go over my weekly outlook for the market. Okay, when I talk about my weekly outlook, I will discuss with you Gamestop, AMC. I'll discuss with you silver, the silver futures market, which is gapping up big here right now. The overall S&P futures that are gapping down. We're going to talk about all of that later on the live. So I'm going to do right now is just like a quick 10 minutes, ask me general market or general trading questions. Okay, fire away, guys, while we just give some time for people to log on. Okay. Brian Priem says, Mike, stocks like PRTY and AMD had high volume sell-offs in the last 5 minutes of trading on Friday. What does this mean? Is it bullish or bearish? You will usually always get an increase in volume going into the final minutes of the day as your final order imbalances will come through and try to execute before a market close. You'll always see that in the S&P. So if you guys are looking at the SPY, you'll always see an increase in volume right going into the closing bell. Does not necessarily mean that it's bullish or bearish. The fact that you saw a high volume sell off a few minutes going into the close, I would tend to say that I think it was bearish action, but don't look too much into if it was, and I have to go back and look if this was like an extended selling pressure or if it was just like, hey, right before the bell, you just saw a big jump or a big increase in selling volume. But typically when I see like a real heavy volume sell-off right going into the close, technically I would look at that as bearish. And now we've got a lot of things that are going on over the weekend. Obviously, futures are down, silver futures are up. There's a lot of very quickly, the sentiment in the overall markets went from extremely euphoric and nothing can stop us to now all of a sudden you're getting a lot of people and sentiment is starting to shift to feeling like the market's walking on eggshells a little bit. And it's crazy how that all was started by a GameStop short squeeze. It's nuts. It really is nuts. I mean, literally, guys, I see 100 questions about GameStop and silver. Just ask, guys, do not ask me about GameStop or silver right now. Okay, I will talk to you guys about those topics later in the live stream when we go over the weekly outlook. What do I think about Fisker? Fisker is probably one of my least favorite electric vehicle plays just because the company's gone bankrupt multiple times. I just have no reason to believe that they're going to succeed this time around. I don't know if they've changed their management teams. Maybe, I don't really. I have not been following the company. Obviously, I think there's a lot better electric vehicle plays. I think obviously Tesla. GM. Do not sleep on GM, folks. Do not sleep on GM. I've been saying it now for a while. I love their new CEO. They're making a massive investment into the electric vehicle space. Do not sleep on GM. Oh, wow, you guys are really firing questions away, man. Do you see AMD dropping further? I do think AMD can pull back a little bit further. I do think AMD can pull back a little bit further. Little bit further. What are my thoughts on SNDL? I do not like SNDL. Do you see a bond squeeze if rates come down, deflationary movement? Wow, Dan, that's a really good question. I don't. That could be a much. I mean, that's a very much more advanced question that a lot of people. That's definitely. I can tell right away by your question that you are more of an advanced trader. I think that may be a discussion for another time. Let's see. My thoughts on Amazon earnings, no clue. I don't try to pretend like I know what a company is going to do with their earnings announcements. I don't trade going into earnings. Obviously my long-term portfolio positions, I just hold right through earnings in my long-term portfolio, but I do not trade earnings. The reason for that is because myself, as being an active trader, I like to think that with my technical analysis and my style of trading and everything and my experience that I have an edge while I'm trading markets and I'm identifying the probabilities of setups. But when you're going to trade, when you're going to put a trade on just because of an earnings print, you are taking that advantage completely away and you're leaving it completely up to chance. And if that's the case, then I think you'd be better off going to a casino. I don't like, it's a coin flip. You have no idea if Amazon beat earnings or miss earnings. I have no idea if Amazon's going to beat earnings or miss earnings, if they're going to raise guidance, if they're going to reduce guidance. And sometimes even when you have a company can beat earnings, stock can still go down anyway. I don't like to place trades going into earnings. Okay, that's just me in particular. That's just my own personal style. I don't like holding on to or putting trades on for earnings because it's just a total coin flip. I'm not an analyst. I'm not trying to anticipate if a company is going to beat or miss earnings. That takes all of everything that gives me an edge as a trader, my ability to identify a high probability pattern and trade that pattern and put myself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. If I'm just going to buy a stock going into earnings, or if I'm going to put on some kind of option play going into earnings, I'm completely removing that advantage that I have and I'm leaving it up to chance. And I don't like leaving my P&L up to chance. Yeah, Justin Birdie says, Mike, what do you think about UNG? Big winter storms are coming to the Northeast. Yeah, we're actually supposed to get crushed with snow in the Northeast the next 2 days. They're talking like over 2 feet of snow in the next 2 days. UNG, I think, is something that you guys could definitely have on your watch. I think that that's something that you might give you a good trade this week that won't be a very crowded trade because no one's talking about natural gas. Everybody's focus is going to be on the silver and gold markets. And obviously still everything that's been going on with GameStop. You've got a lot of the brokerage firms have updated their restricted trading list or their limitations that they're putting on a lot of different stocks and a lot of different options and how many options they're allowing people to trade. Like Robinhood, I know just they updated their restricted trading list. There's a lot of stocks that are on that list, guys. It's not just GameStop or AMC. It's a long list. American Airlines is on there. NVAX is on there. NAKD is on there. There's a lot of stocks that are on that list where these brokerage firms are restricting trading on a lot of these names due to the volatility. And it just leaves a gigantic question mark in price action and the legitimacy or the transparency of this price action in the marketplace. So it's going to be a volatile week, to say the least. Going to be a volatile week, to say the least. All right, guys, I'll take one more question, and then we're going to dive in. Yes, I am holding QS. Any thoughts? That is a complete long-term hold. I don't care what QS does. I own I bought QS, and I stashed it away in my long-term portfolio around $50. It's at like 45 or something. I don't care if it goes to 40. I don't care if it goes to 35. QS is a stock that I'm going to be holding for at least the next 5 to 7 years. It is strictly a play on their battery technology. That if they are able to produce their battery technology on a large scale, it can be a complete game changer for the electric vehicle space. Bill Gates is behind the company, and Volkswagen is their biggest shareholder. If the biggest automaker in the world and one of the smartest, most richest people in the world is going to be behind a company, my thoughts are that they may know something that I don't. I like the tech, but the company is still very, very young and has a lot to prove. This is not a long-term investment that everyone asks me. They're like, okay, Mike, if you bought it at 50, it goes to 45, are you going to add? Absolutely not. I'm not adding to that position based on price. I will add to that position based on developments in their tech and growth and milestone achievements and maturity within the company itself. I do not care about the price of that particular stock when it comes to this long-term investment. I'm not adding to the position if the stock goes down. This company has a lot to prove, and they're in extremely early stages of their technology. That's why I'm saying this is an investment that I'm making for the next at least 5 to 7 years to see if they're able to actually advance that technology and produce it on a larger scale. It can be a complete game changer in the electric vehicle space, but they have yet to do it to scale. Okay, so it's very promising tech, but the company still has a lot of work to do. So I'm not going to be adding to that position based on price. I'll be adding to that position based on developments within the company itself. Okay. All right, guys. So that just wraps up our Q&A session. Gave plenty of time for some people to log on. We've got about 1,700 people that are watching this live across all of the different social media channels. Like I said, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. If you guys are just joining us, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And of course, turn on those notifications because I'm always sharing with you guys totally free golden nuggets of educational information, both on technical lessons, mental lessons, day trading, swing trading, options, stocks, you name it. We trade it. Small caps, mid caps, large caps, entry trading group. We do it all. All right. So you guys want to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, guys. So I told you earlier on the live stream that I had a very special guest joining me here tonight on this live stream. Okay. I'm super excited about it because it kind of puts me like on the hot seat right now because I told you that we are going to be having a college professor that is going to be reviewing and critiquing the TTG curriculum. These are the courses that are available on our website for members to go through that teaches them how to become a trader. Okay. For those that do not know, I began my trading career working at a fund in New York City where I went through a 3-month educational training program before they let me touch a dollar of their money. I have simplified that education and I've created the courses that are available on our website. They're all included with your membership. There's no upsells. There's no like different pro or VIP level packages. When you guys join your trading group, you get this entire curriculum. And we've got a college professor on here today to review that. Tonight's guest, guys, has over 20 years experience as a consultant, as a solutions architect, business analyst, project manager, and technical business product manager. He holds a unique combination of business and technical Ph.D. engineering experience. He is a proven people leader with the ability to build high-performing teams through mentoring and collaboration. Last but certainly not least, he is a professor at one of the oldest technological universities in the United States, also the first college in America solely dedicated to mechanical engineering, the Stevens Institute of Technology in Hoboken, New Jersey. My TTG fam and everyone that is viewing this live stream, please give a big, warm welcome to Paul Woznicki, Ph.D. Paul, what is up, my man? How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight, man.
No worries, Mike. Good evening.
I'm excited, man. I'm very, very excited to have you on. I really appreciate you coming on and doing this. And I will start with saying, be brutally honest with me here today. Okay, be completely brutally honest with me here. I can't wait to kind of dive in. We've got an action-packed live stream, and I'm excited to get the opinion of a true educational professional with a star-studded resume, my man. Very, very impressive. Congratulations on all your accomplishments and achievements up to this point. Very, very impressive, and I'm humbled to have you join me here tonight, man. I really am.
I appreciate it. I'm the one in the chat that keeps shouting, what about the education? But I don't know how you want me to jump in, but I joined just sort of the enthusiasm, the crowd, the community around this, right, originally. And so it's like, oh, you got to get the TTG cert, start going through these courses. And I'm like, I didn't really know the courses are there. I mean, you literally spend like 15 seconds saying, oh, I crammed this training in, and I start watching them and I binge till like 3 a.m.
Yes. Hell yeah. Awesome.
I'm literally, I'm like, I got to like 8 or 9. And what you don't realize is it's step by step, but it's literally from zero. Like, what's a stock? And I'm like, it's funny because people don't normally, you assume that people know what a stock is, right?
Right. Yeah.
But go around with your circle of friends, you start asking, and having been in front of students, I'll say to them, like, what's a stock in a company, or what's a profit?
Yeah.
It's profit. Yeah. How much company the money make? No, that's the revenue. What's a profit? And so you assume these little things, and that you guys started at zero.
Yeah.
So of course, the first few badges pretty simple for me, right?
Yeah. It's important because I have to. Then that's why, I really wanted to make sure that we broke it, we separated it between like the beginner and the foundation courses. Then you've got the advanced course, because obviously someone that has been trading for 5 years, or someone that has a financial background, doesn't need to start, okay, what's a stock? How's the stock market work? But there's a lot of people out there that want to get their feet wet in the markets, that kind of need that general understanding of okay, what are you actually buying? What are you actually doing when you are buying and selling stocks and options? So I feel it was important. So Paul, I've got a bunch of questions for you.
Sure. Right.
And I'm just going to start to fire away with them, and I'm excited to kind of kick things off. First question I've got for you, man, is just tell us just a little bit about yourself first, right? Like, qualify, if you will, what makes you more qualified than someone else to give feedback on the TTG curriculum.
Okay. Well, I mean, my courses were all, even though technically by training, I am a biomedical engineer, but then I got thrown into the business world. And I'm doing consulting in business, working with startups, starting startups, and learning that sort of business aspect. And then I ended up teaching in that area, in business analytics and project management, and probably one of your favorite subjects, risk management.
Hell yeah.
Which is, you often talk about risk, and risk management is one of my things. And then just, nurturing sort of like innovation and startups, like explaining to students of how do you develop a business plan? What is a business plan? Like, what's your time horizon? Yeah. And you're just talking about QS is like time horizon, and like they're like 5 years. They're super early, but it has value, in what they're going to be doing and things like that.
Yeah.
But that was my background. My courses I developed over time based on what people gave me as feedback, and I sat down and I saw you, and the way you talk with the text, so it's both there, and it sits, all the text under there. It's easy to follow along, and you have your anecdotes, you have like your experience that you bring into that what's made it really real.
Awesome.
So, in my background here, I developed these, and I can see how hard that was for you to do, and it's fantastic material.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I want to get right into it, like with you. But before I do, I want to just confirm with you in front of our viewers tonight that you are not being paid to do this, right? You were not offered any incentive of any kind.
Absolutely
you were not coached on what to say in any way. No. and what follows here today is your 100% honest feedback. Is that correct?
100% honest feedback, and 100% this is all live. There's no compensation for it. I didn't join that long ago. I actually joined, I think it's a little over a week, and maybe 10 days ago. Wow. I did a TTG. I did TTG 3. I did a 3-day, and then, I kind of looked at that, and I didn't look at in the TTG 3, I'll just explain, I did the education part, and I was like, it's kind of fluffy, because what you have in the TTG 3 is like a snapshot of what you have. Yeah. I watched the Colada Club, which I'm a huge fan of, which people, you talk about that. That's like a morning lesson every day. It's literally like sitting through a lecture. It's like sitting through a lecture every day on how to read stuff, how to read a chart. And so, it was just so, recent.
Yeah. Jason's awesome. For those that don't know, Jason Simmons, who we call the professor in TTG, is one of our moderators. And every morning, guys, he opens up the chat room at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. And that is the Miami Morning Culata Club. where he and the rest of the TTG members that want to get in there early can go over and ask questions, and he goes over lessons and charting and economic news and events on the day, and what might how an oil report might affect something that's going on with the geopolitical climate and everything else. And he just kind of lays out the the blueprint of the day, so to speak. And there's always, like I said, like lessons that are jam-packed in there as well. And it's something that I think a lot of our TTG members really, really, really enjoy and get a lot of value from. So, okay, so good. So now we've got that out of the way, so it's perfectly clear. So everyone knows this is 100% honest feedback. Let's get into it. Give us your feedback and experience with the TTG curriculum as a whole thus far. How far have you gotten, and what's your honest feedback on everything so far?
I finished, what is it? Maybe like 2-3 days ago.
Awesome.
I mean, I binge through it, but that's the kind of person I am. I mean, I'm a learner, right? So I'm like going through it, and I love the material, and I've given my feedback. There's areas where I think you could develop. And when I said that, they're like, oh yeah, we're developing all the time. And then I'm looking around and I'm like, oh wait, here's a video that you guys did, an 1.5-hour video that on options. And here's here's Trader Palooza, which of course we just had Saturday, which I was on all day.
Awesome.
Which is great. I mean, it's like that alone is worth what I paid, going to it's like a weekend seminar, a whole day Saturday seminar on everything, where you can ask questions and you're looking at it, and then all that's recorded. And I didn't realize until Saturday that all the old Trader Paloozas were on there.
Yep.
That all this other material is there for you to watch, rather than going to, frankly, we're on YouTube, whatever. That's where I started. I went to YouTube and tried to find stuff.
Yeah. That's where most people, that's where when they're trying to learn any new skill, I want to learn how to bake a cake. You go to YouTube to figure out how to bake a cake. It's like people will go, and it's tough because there's so much, because once you go on YouTube, it's like information overload. You've got to try to figure out what's genuine and what's you don't know the difference. You don't know what's quality content versus what's fluff. It's very hard for someone that has no understanding or background on the subject matter to make that distinction. Like if I was looking into mechanical engineering, which I have no understanding of whatsoever, and I just stumble across a video or someone's recorded seminar, I don't know if that would be considered quality content or even if it's proper education. So it's that's something in itself.
I watched thousands of hours of videos on there. And it's how I came across TTG.
Awesome, man.
And I said, it wasn't the pitch. It's, I did the 3-day trial. I was like poking around. I'm looking at I'm like, wow, this is really good content, rather than, I'm going to get an alert from this channel and check out this channel. And I just got so confused. And one of the things I learned, I'll tell you from you, is how poorly I traded last fall. I mean, I literally went back to my bad trades and some very bad trades and looked at them and said, there is literally no way in hell I would take that trade now. Awesome. It's so obvious it's a bad trade.
Yeah.
So,
well, dude, I'm really, that just makes me, I tell people too sometimes that I'm like, honestly, some of the best lessons that people learn, even if you just take away all of the advancements in your trading, but it's like just preventing you from making mistakes. Like the money that people can save just by saying, okay, like this was an obvious mistake, and now it's like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. But sometimes it costs people a lot of money to realize that otherwise. So
yeah, well, I'll tell you, it was both a revenge trade and a
yep, I know them well.
It was a revenge trade and a guess. Like a gut. It's got to go down. It didn't go down, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, I saw that, and I heard you on, on Friday, it says, when you said, when that market dropped, all I heard was, the bulls take the stairs and the bears take the window.
Right.
And that's from one of the, I actually
Right.
remember you saying that, and I was just cracking up when I saw it. I mean, it's not good that the market was down, but
I know, but
I actually remembered that. And that's the kind of thing. It's not like written in there. It's just you talking there over these videos. And of course, you have a great presentation style. And I have to say, the professor in the morning also does what I do, which is like, he does the, if you remember the Ferris Bueller kind of thing, it's like, Bueller, like he's like, and guys, we go to the left, going to the left.
Yep.
What are we looking for? We're looking for, what are we looking for? And he doesn't feed answers. And that's the way I've always done my classes. Like, I want the class, I interact with my classes. I was never a turn my back to the blackboard and write on the board. I hated professors in college when I had that. I never did that. I used to have, classrooms where you make the students teach and things like that. And the idea that you interact with the people and ask them these questions, and that's what you get in that morning session, right? And that's what we get when we're doing Trader Palooza.
Exactly.
That is exactly the kind of like the way I teach. So that's the class I want to be in.
Yeah, man. That's how people, at least I know that, like myself, that's how I have always learned and been able to grasp things a lot better. And it also, as far as like attention span and like really staying focused and in depth with what it is that you're learning, if you feel included in the lesson and not just like you're taking the lesson, but you are part of the lesson, it keeps you engaged so much longer. And that helps people with their attention span stay for, otherwise, like if they're engaged and interacting throughout a workshop or a Trader Palooza or a live webinar, and they're asking questions and they're answering questions, an hour can fly by and it'll feel like 10 minutes. But if you're just sitting there like this, just watching someone speak, 20 minutes go by and it feels like hours.
Oh yeah.
So good. That's awesome. So my next, I'm sorry.
I was going to say the size, you just mentioned it. I just wanted the size of the way you broke it up too, where it's like 8-10 minutes. Nothing's like an hour long. Yeah. And so, and I've been doing other certifications and things like that for, and that's like Amazon's AWS stuff is broken up in the same size chunks like you're doing. Oh, awesome. Which is like really cool.
Yeah. We got, so for those that don't know, obviously that are viewers, we've got all of our courses. We have multiple courses. Each course has its own chapters. Each chapter has its own lessons. And that's how we're able to kind of break up the length of each lesson and have a video for each corresponding lesson. So people, it's easy for them to kind of go through and follow. Awesome. My next question for you, Paul, obviously you're an extremely smart guy, obviously. Right. Okay. So if well, listen, if you wanted to learn to trade, could you not just watch YouTube videos, take notes, and teach yourself? Like, what advantages are there paying for the TTG education from your point of view?
There's just too much overload. Like again, smart guy, doing my research, went all over, read all kinds of stuff, watched videos, and it confused me. Like, I would sit down to trade and then I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do. I didn't really have a plan. And that literally information overload. There's no like structure to it. Right. The other thing is it's like support. Like when you study, right? The best times when you study is when you study with a group of people. True. If you want to ask like a question in like a Colada club, it's going to get answered. If not by somebody, if not by Jason, like I might throw out an answer. I remember. I often answer, and I'll say somebody says, so I'll throw an answer, or somebody will throw me an answer. Like, hey, what is this? What is he talking about? He just said to get flat. Yeah, right. They're like, oh well, and then you'll see like 5 people like respond to that. It's cool to study in a group.
It really is.
So I think the structure around that is totally worth it. And the other thing is it's just like, I could easily paid for it, with losses.
Yeah, right. Awesome, man. Awesome. So I know we mentioned Trader Palooza already, right? So for those that don't know, we just conducted Trader Palooza 4. Okay, for those that that do not know what Trader Palooza is, guys, Trader Palooza is an all-day virtual trading workshop that myself and the other moderators put on every couple months, where we do 1 hour long workshops starting at 7:30 a.m., finishing at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, covering various trading topics. Okay, and then we have like an hour-long Q&A lunchtime session that's broken up right in the middle. And we just concluded Trader Palooza 4 on Saturday. All of those sessions are recorded, and you heard Paul mention that they're available on the website. So, Paul, you said that you were there all day. What did you think? Tell me, give me your opinion, give me your feedback. How was Trader Palooza?
It's a long day, but it is so good. I mean, just you know, the content and the information that going in there, like you know, reading down, and it was so good to like attend something like that, to watch all the information coming in, be able to ask the questions. Like I said, it felt like going to, like, you know, like the old hotel seminars,
right?
Like,
yep. The pre-COVID workshops,
but without the COVID and without the bad lunch, right? You know, so but I really loved it. You know, it was really cool. I mean,
awesome, man.
Yeah,
awesome, really awesome. So my next question now, because it sounds like you've been improving. How has your trading improved since you signed up with TTG? I know you said you just signed up not too long ago, but how has trading been going for you since joining the group?
You know, honestly, I'm not just like rocketing off. You know, I did my AMC thing. I also sold, and true story, I didn't finish the things before AMC took off. And I actually owned AMC until about 7:56 the night before it exploded. Now, had I not, and honestly, you can pull the chart up and everything. Had I not, and I looked at it, one of the trading patterns that identifies in there, right, is I would have held it overnight if I looked at that.
Damn.
And maybe it would have went up 50 cents, right?
Right.
But I wouldn't have gotten out of it because I was worried it was going down, because the pattern showed it was going up. And it's honest to truth story. I mean, I could send you my trade statement. You'll see that I actually sold it then, you know, for I think I made a solid 15 cents a share, you know.
Yeah.
But I would, you know,
there'll be more. There'll be more.
Yeah. But no, I mean, honestly, but it makes me calm. That's, I think, the best thing. Like, I don't feel like I have 100 thoughts. I know what I'm looking for. I know what my plan is. And it puts me in sort of like a very, you know, Zen sort of state of mind. Like, I'm very calm. I understand what's going on. I'm not looking at 30,000 different indicators and reading, you know, Twitter and all these other streams. I'm just sitting there, have my plan, looking at and so
it slows things down.
Confidence, right?
It slows things down. You know, like when you have that game plan, it really makes this, like, the price action of the stock slow down. You know, it's almost like you hear, I know Super Bowl's next weekend, but you hear like Tom Brady talks about it when people say like, oh, you're going to retire. He's like, why would I retire now? He goes, the game for me is the easiest now that it's ever been, because with his experience and his knowledge and understanding of reading a defense, he goes, the speed of the game is the slowest it's ever been for me, because he understands the defense. You know, like a rookie quarterback coming into the NFL it feels like the speed of the game is multiplied times 100 from the college game, because they're not familiar with the defenses. And that's like one of the things that Tom Brady said. He just said it like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, wow. I was like, that kind of, it goes right in with trading, because when you're trying to trade these real fast moving stocks, if you don't have a game plan and you don't know the material, you don't understand what's going on, it's very like, you know, like everything's when you have a game plan in the education, it really helps to slow things down. So we'll see.
Well, it's something like, I actually had a lecture on this once. We were discussing pattern recognition. Yeah. And a quarterback has something like 2.8 seconds to release the ball. And I think on the high side, and I don't have the exact number, somebody can correct me in chat, but if you look at it, the amount of time that they have, it's all based on the pattern recognition. And really a lot of the trading is based on seeing these patterns over and over again, these developing patterns. And so this is my opinion right now. That's what I believe slows it down, that you learn to see this, which is why when you're asking me if somebody can go from zero to, if they do, they should do the courses. You see people on there, do all the courses, paper trade. I mean, you wouldn't read about doing a bicycle and then ride a bicycle.
Right.
You know, you put some training wheels on, you do paper trade it, get used to it, start to see the patterns, and then you sort of ease yourself in. You know, if you're a more experienced trader, maybe do the courses and apply to your things. But if you're going from zero, it's totally doable in the courses, which is cool. Awesome. I mean, I kind of thought, you know, I thought it was silly to go from zero, but then you do see people asking these questions, and then you really need that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. All right, well, listen, I got one last question for you.
Absolutely.
In your honest opinion, do you feel True Trading Group is worth the price of a membership?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I was super hesitant. It took me like 3 weeks to decide. I'm like, yeah, but you know, maybe I can just, you know, go off of this or some, you know, and I was in Discord groups too. And I'm sure some of people are, you know, you're in some Discord groups and you're like, okay. And I thought, you know, maybe I could do it out of that. But, you know, again, that's, in a sense, you're teaching people to fish, right?
Yeah, right.
You're teaching them to find their own patterns. I honestly, I don't like to trade non-marginable securities. So a lot of things you trade, I don't. But I might be looking at something else that I like to trade.
Yeah.
And those things that I like to trade, I'm looking for those same patterns, and I found them.
Awesome.
You know, and if I don't find them, I don't trade.
Yes.
I don't, you know, I make zero money. And zero money is okay because it's better than negative money.
Exactly.
Getting in a bad trade and then wishing and then absolutely.
I say one of my, like I said, like throughout like the courses, I have like these like little like quotes that I kind of just like, I don't even know where some of these quotes come from, but like one of my quotes that I have, and I keep telling people one day I'm going to like write a book on like all my little quotes. One of my quotes is that being a great trader is not just about being able to identify good patterns. It's also having the patience to wait for them. Because a lot of people do not have the discipline to do what you just said. To say, well, I'm looking for a pattern. If I don't find it, I won't trade. A lot of people can't do that. Sitting on your hands is a very difficult thing for a lot of people. And sometimes people will get sucked into a poor quality setup or something that they normally would not trade just out of sheer boredom. And that's not, you know, that's going to work directly against you trying to become a consistently profitable trader. So I absolutely love that you just said that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I overtraded the other day, so you can yell at me.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that, and I'll yell at you tomorrow. I'm going to yell at you tomorrow about that one. Awesome, man. Paul, let's do it. I got to. I really, really appreciate you coming on. I know you didn't have to do this on a Sunday night. I really appreciate the honest feedback and input from a true professional. Your critique and your review, and the positive comments that you've made, I mean, really, really means a lot to me, and makes me feel good to know that, you know, the quality of the TTG curriculum. I know that the education itself, I know works because I wouldn't be the trader I am today without it, but knowing that it's structured the right way, knowing that it flows from a professional educator standpoint, knowing that it's easy to understand, it's engaging, it's easy to follow, and everything just makes me know that with TTG that we are on the right track. And because my vision for this platform is so much bigger, and to get your feedback really means a lot, you know, and knowing that there's room to improve also makes me feel good as well, that, you know, we can always continuously try to better the platform for our members.
Yeah. And I've given Adam a lot of feedback on it. Like I said, I love to see the structure. Like, I didn't know all those videos were there.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, oh, well, all the Trader Paloozas there, all these videos, I didn't know they were there. And it, you know, structuring that, it's just going to make it, it's just going to improve. TTG is just going to get better and better. So
awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. It gives us something to work towards and implement and continue to evolve and continue to just get better. You know, just like anything else in life, makes me feel Makes me feel really good. So, Paul,
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate you coming on tonight, man. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries. I will keep pestering people to get there, to educate first. So
Yes, definitely.
You'll see that. You'll see me often in the chat every day. So
beautiful, man. I love it. Guys, everyone that is on this live stream right now, give a massive TTG thank you. Give a massive TTG thank you to Paul for coming on here and spending some time with us here tonight.
Thank you all too.
Paul, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, bro. I'll see you tomorrow in chat.
All right, cheers.
All right, take care, man. All right, guys, man, that was awesome. That was awesome. I got to tell you, I always enjoy bringing guests on, but that was awesome. I was a little nervous at first. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm like, man, what if he comes on and he's like, listen, the information's great, but you put it together like crap. So it makes me feel really good that he, from a true professional educator, to have to those comments makes me feel really good about everything. So that was awesome, Paul. Thank you again. All right, guys, listen up. Now we've got a lot to discuss still. It's already 9:20 at night. We have so much to cover. All right, we've got to talk about the overall markets. We've got to talk about GameStop. We've got to talk about silver. Okay, so what I want to do here now is I want to dive in a little bit, and I want to talk to you guys about the weekly outlook and go over all of this, because everybody is asking about what's going on in the overall markets. And let me actually just do a quick check on futures. Okay. All right. So since we've been live, we've bounced back in the S&P futures. Okay. We're almost back to break even on the S&P futures, but let's go to the charts. First thing I want to do, we're going to cover a couple of different things. We're going to cover the SPY, where are our next levels. We're going to cover GameStop, and we're going to cover silver. Okay. And in that order, and you'll see why when I go in that order, because it's a chain reaction. Okay, so let's talk about the SPY first. Let's go over our levels. For that, guys, let's take it to the charts. Okay, so here we are here, guys. This is the chart of the SPY. This is your daily chart. And what you will see, two very high volume sell-offs in the last 3 days. Two very high volume sell-offs in the last 3 days. Very large sell-offs. Okay, these are very wide range candles. Okay, and we have broken below the 50-day moving average on the very first attempt. Okay, on the very first attempt, this 50-day moving average was broken. We've not been below that in a few months. Okay, we've not been below that in a few months, and we've broken below that 50-day moving average there. On Friday. My big trade on Friday, guys, was a 63% gain on SPY put options. Okay, so for those of you that were in chat with me on Friday, you guys know that on Friday we bought SPY put options there, and our final take profit was right there for a 63% gain on SPY put options. I had the $372 strike, February 3rd expiration option, and we caught a 63% gain from, I believe it was $4.48 up to $7.31 a contract. That, if you guys want to recap on that trade, you can go back and watch the live stream from Friday when I recapped that entire trade from Friday's action. But now, okay, we are trading a little bit lower. Okay, we're down about 0.1%. Okay, we're down about 0.1%. We're at 37.01 on the S&P futures. And now everyone wants to know, what are our levels? Okay, some key levels that I'm going to be watching. Okay, some key levels that I'm going to be watching are, I'm going to take you guys, let's go to a 5-minute chart so I can show you guys my first level that I'm going to be paying attention to. Okay. It is 372 to 373. 372 to 373 is going to be the first level that I want you guys to pay attention to for potential resistance if the markets bounce off the opening bell. Okay. If the markets bounce tomorrow off the opening bell, this zone you want to look for to be resistance. Okay. Why? It all comes down to prior lows. Prior lows, what you will see here, okay, here's your 372 prior lows. Okay, a little bigger picture because that's going to be over the course of 3 days price action with this little double bottom low. And then once that low broke, we accelerated to the downside. Okay, so you'll see once this level broke on Friday, we really accelerated to the downside once that level broke. Okay, so that level to me is automatically going to have significance. The other level that's going to have significance to me is where I actually bought that position and I got myself short on Friday, which was the previous low of 373. And then when it broke, okay, notice how when that level broke, and for this, I'll take you to a 3-minute chart. Notice how when that level broke, we bounced back and then it became resistance. And then that's when the big sell-off ensued. And then later in the day, look what happened. We bounced back to where? That exact same 373 level, and we got rejected heavily and had that big pullback going into the close and then traded lower after hours. When I look at this, at these levels, 373 to me has more significance than 372. But we're going to be volatile these next couple of days, and I think we're going to have a very volatile week in the overall markets. So a 1-point range in the SPY in a traditional market would be normal price action, but a 1-point range for support or resistance on the SPY in what I think is going to be a very volatile week is nothing. You're talking about the SPY has been moving 10 points, 8 points in a single day. So to have a resistance zone be $1, 372 to 373 is nothing. That's the resistance zone that I'm going to be looking for on the SPY. If we bounce off the opening bell and then look for resistance to be at that 372 to 373 area. Okay. If we get above 373, okay, if we get above 373, I will be looking for resistance at 377. 377 will take you up to fill. Let me erase that line. Will take you up to fill this little gap. That was the gap down day. Okay. That was that gap down day on Friday. It would fill that gap. And then you'll see on Friday, we tried to fill the gap and got denied. And then the big sell-off ensued. So if the SPY gets over 373, your next resistance level would be 377. So this 373 area, I think, is going to be significant. I think you look for that to stick as resistance. And let's go to the daily chart and let's do a quick little check-in on where's that 50-day moving average. That 50-day moving average is 370.78. So it'll put it probably right around 371 or so come tomorrow. We're starting to pull back a little bit more on the S&P futures as we're looking. We just broke below 3,700. All right, we just got below 3,700 on the S&P futures. We're down to 3,699. Okay, we're down to 3,699. All right, but now let's look at support levels beneath us. Where are support levels beneath us if the SPY continues to drop? Okay, there is a major level that I'm looking at. Okay, there's a couple levels that we have to discuss here for support areas. Okay, one support level that I'm going to look at here, which is going to be in the mid to low 360s. Okay, and I want to point out to you guys this 364 level. 364, you'll see, was all of this prior all-time high resistance in November. We broke above it. We pulled in, became support. Then we had that sell-off day, which we actually recovered nicely off day, and then we held that level as well. 364 is a very, very important area on the SPY. Okay. This is your last true prior high break and retest level. And what I mean by that is prior all-time highs, we broke above it, retested it, and was successfully became support. And then the markets extended to new all-time highs off of that level. That's going to be a key level. I think we can get down there. I think we can get down there. Then if that level breaks, I do not think we get below 355. Okay. 355, I think, has the potential to be the low of this pullback. Okay. I think it has the potential to be the low of this pullback. 355 is going to put you at the 100-day moving average, which is this purple line you see on my screen. And that is also going to put you around previous pivot resistance that then became an area of support. These are the support levels that I'm going to be looking at on the SPY. Okay. These are the support levels that I'm going to be looking at here going forward. Okay. When you're talking about major resistance levels, 364 and 355. Okay. Okay. Down towards that 3 will put you at that would be correction. What is that? 385. Yeah, that's your 10% correction. Down to 355 gives you a 10% correction. Okay. And for those of you that have been following my live stream for the last couple of months, going into the end of 2020, if you guys recall, when we finished out 2020, I said that I'm bullish on 2021, but I think that we can see a 10% pullback in Q1 or Q2. And then I think we go to new all-time highs Q3, Q4. That was what I said in Q4 of 2020 when everybody asked me, what do you think about 2021? I said, I think we can have a 5 to 10% pullback in Q1, Q2. And then I think Q3, Q4, we go to new all-time highs. This could be the start of that 5 to 10% pullback and that 5 to 10% correction. And I think 355 is a fantastic area for things to settle out. All right. And that could also coincide with continued rollout of vaccinations, maybe some decreasing COVID cases, and then the passing of a new stimulus package. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. Okay. That is what I'm going to be looking at. All right. So that's what I'm looking at there, guys. Those are my levels on the SPY. All right. So there we have it. Okay. There we have it. There's my levels on the SPY. Now let's talk about GameStop, because it would not be a live stream if we did not talk about GameStop, because I get asked 1 million questions about GameStop. Okay. This is, I have honestly never seen anything like this in my entire life. And as insane as this sounds, I want you guys to follow me here on an hourly chart. Let's do this. Let's go to the 3-minute chart. Okay. And I'm just going to, guys, go ahead and type in chat as we go. Does anybody see a pattern here on the 3-minute chart? If you see a pattern, type it. If you don't see a pattern, say, no, I don't really see anything. Okay. Here's your 3-minute chart. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys to a 5-minute chart. Does anybody really see anything on a 5-minute chart? If you see a pattern, go ahead and call it out. If you don't, just say, no, I don't really see anything yet. Now I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart. Now maybe some traders that have a trained eye may start to see something. And I see some people are starting to call it out in chat. I will take you now to a chart. Now tell me what pattern you are starting to see on GameStop. That, my friends, could potentially be one hell of a wedge. that could potentially be one hell of a wedge. A couple of key points that I want to point out to you during this technical analysis. A couple of things I want to point out to you during this text that lead stop short squeeze may not be over. There are two very specific levels that I'm going to show you right now on GameStop, both of which held gap fills. When you have large gap ups that get filled and then the stock bounces off of that level, that's a sign of support. That's a sign of buying pressure stepping up as the stock is continuing to gap higher. And the first level that I'm going to show you was a previous double top at 150. This previous double top at 150, then you had, remember, the huge gap up on the 27th, huge gap up day. Well, guess what? When we had the collapse, when all the brokerage firms stopped trading on GameStop, look where we held. Now, I know obviously we shot that level, and we overshot that level by about 30 or 40 bucks. But with how volatile GameStop is, the stock was halting that entire, we overshot it. So the momentum overshot the level. But for all intents and purposes, guys, that area held. That gap fill held. Then the very next day, what happens? Another gap up. Another gap, okay? This is another gap up on the 29th. So on the 29th, we have that gap up, but then what happens? We filled that gap because look, there's your gap fill. Look where we held on Friday. Look where we held on Friday. Guys, that is two consecutive gaps that were filled, that were tested, filled, and held. If GameStop tomorrow comes out and does this, guys, I'm sorry, but that would be bullish price action, and you can see that short squeeze continue. Okay? Well, you could see that short squeeze continue. Okay? You could see it continue. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. Okay? Now, this takes me to silver. This takes me to silver. Okay? Now, let me explain what's been taking place. Let me actually just check the futures markets on silver. Last I checked, they were up about 5%. Wow, now we're up 7%. All right, so silver futures are up 7% right now as we speak, up at 28.80. All right, we're up at 28.80 here. All right, 28.80 now on silver. That's a big gap up. That is a big gap up. What I want to explain to everybody right now is what is actually taking place with silver and why people are calling for this to be the next big short squeeze. First of all, let me address GameStop and people saying that GameStop is going to crash the market. Okay. I don't necessarily think that the GameStop situation can crash the market. And I'm going to explain to you guys just why. Yes, everyone's like, yeah, but all these hedge funds are getting blown up and all that. Yes, but you guys have to understand something. The funds that are short GameStop are going to be your smaller funds. They're going to be your smaller boutique funds. They're not going to be they're not the large pension funds and mutual funds, and it's not going to be your Black Rocks, and it's not going to be your hundreds of billions of dollars under management. It's not going to be your $1 trillion AUMs. It's not going to be those firms that have this exposure to GameStop. It's the Citrons of the world. It's the Melvin Capitals of the world, which no one has ever heard of on this live stream prior to hearing that they got blown up on GameStop. Okay. So everyone's been talking about, people asking me, well, Mike, what happens when all these funds that got blown up on GameStop, when investors call for redemptions? Now, when investors that are in those hedge funds call for redemptions, let me explain what that means. Okay. When investors say, hey, I want my money back because you guys suck. I want my money back. So when hedge funds get redemption calls from investors saying, I want my money back, they are going to have to liquidate some of their positions in order to raise the cash in order to meet those redemptions. So what will happen is the funds will start to sell some of their best performing positions, that where they have the most profit, that they can lock in profit, realize some of those gains, and take that cash for those redemptions, which could lead to selling in some of your bigger names, like, the Apples, the Amazons, the Microsofts of the world, the Nvidias, all of your big tech names, which have been all of your outperforming stocks. Okay. All right. All of your outperforming stocks. So yes, that could cause selling pressure in some of those other places. But again, the funds that are getting blown up on GameStop are not the JP Morgans of the world. They're not. They're the Citrons of the world. And the market can still continue to operate just fine without Citron. And I know I'm downplaying. Obviously, there's a lot more than Citron, but I'm trying to make a point, and you guys get the point, right? That you're not having your major pension funds and mutual funds and all these that are getting blown up on GameStop. Okay, the people that took the risk on GameStop are going to be the smaller boutique firms that were leveraged to the gills, and they're going to get blown up. Now, they're either going to have to meet those redemptions, or some of their buddies will come in. They'll give them an influx of cash and capital in exchange for a profit share on future earnings that the fund will produce. You already saw that with Melvin, okay, where if they get blown up, you can have another fund can come in and say, Melvin Capital has been a top performing fund for quite some time. We'll give you $2.7 billion, whatever it was, in exchange for a certain percentage of the profits you generate over the next 10 years or whatever it is for them to get their money back and get a return on that investment. Okay. So that's one thing that you can see. Silver's different. Silver's very, very different, because silver is the big players of the world. Your commodities like gold and silver are some of the most invested, most involved areas of the market on a global scale. You're not just talking about a couple of highly leveraged short sellers. You're talking about Citigroup, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds. You're talking serious exposure in that market. Why people are calling for a squeeze in silver. And it all started because now Wall Street Bets was talking about the GameStop, convinced, their followers, guys, go in, let's buy GameStop, don't sell, hold. And that created a supply issue for short sellers when they were trying to cover. There wasn't enough supply in the market for shares for them to cover their positions and buy their shares back. The problem in the silver's market right now is very similar to what happened with the oil futures market back in May, just the opposite. The oil's futures market back in May, remember when it went down to like negative 46 or negative $50 a barrel, whatever it was, and everybody was wondering, like, how could the price of oil be negative? It's not that the price of actual oil is negative, but the futures contracts went negative because there was such an issue with storing the oil. When we had the entire global economy was shut down, nobody was using oil. So all of this oil, the storage facilities were completely full. So if you owned an oil futures contract and you actually wanted to take delivery of the physical commodity, when you own a futures contract of the commodity and you'd say, okay, I want to take physical delivery of the commodity. So if you were going to try to be a holder of the oil futures contracts, you'd say, okay, I don't want to take delivery of oil because you have nowhere to put it. No one is using oil. The storage, it costs money to store oil. And if you have no one to sell it to, actually the physical commodity costs you more money because you have to store it and you have nobody to sell it to. Therefore, that's how the futures market gave a negative price for oil when that entire futures market blew up. I believe it was the June contracts? I think it was the June contracts blew up. Pretty sure it was the June contracts. If I'm mistaken, somebody correct. I'm pretty sure it was the June contracts, but they went negative. Okay, it went negative. Now that was way too much supply and zero demand. So you saw the futures market of oil completely implode. A similar situation can start to happen in silver, but the opposite way. No supply and insanely high demand. The supply of physical silver is low, very low. All of your supply, all of your hard silver bullion producers over the weekend, one of them actually came out and said, I read an article where they sold 10 times more silver over the weekend than on a normal weekend. Okay? Than on a normal weekend. How can this squeeze actually trigger now? If you have communities like Wall Street Bets, tells millions of people on their platform to go long silver futures contracts and take physical delivery of silver. The people on the other side of the paper trade, if you're on the other side of the paper trade, meaning you're on the other side of the futures contract, you will be responsible if the holder of that contract wants to take physical delivery. You will have to actually deliver them full silver. This is the exact opposite of what happened with oil in May. Not enough supply, too much demand. So you see how the price of oil imploded on itself in the futures market? You could see something happen in the silver market, but instead of it imploding, exploding and getting this massive squeeze where the people that are stuck with the futures contract to have to deliver the physical silver will not be able to locate physical silver to deliver. So what happens when that takes place? The people that are on the other side of the paper trade, which, listen up, folks, are the JP Morgans, the Citigroups, and the Goldman Sachses of the world. That's who's on the other side of those trades. That you can get to a point where there is not enough silver to be delivered if everyone that owns those future contracts say, I want to take physical delivery of silver. You will start to see the entire social media community tell everyone, demand physical delivery, demand physical delivery, demand physical delivery. Because what that will force is the people on the paper side of the trade to do the exact same thing because it's the only way they're going to be able to locate physical silver. So the banks are going to have to then go. So let's say Goldman Sachs, for example, will go and say, Goldman Sachs will say, okay, I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to buy a silver futures contract. And I'm going to demand that I take physical delivery because they need to deliver the silver to somebody else. And that is how the squeeze can happen. Because then everyone that need the solution to I need to deliver silver to the people that are buying the silver futures contracts that are demanding delivery, The only solution for the person on the paper side of the trade that cannot locate physical silver is to buy silver futures contracts and demand delivery of physical silver. So that will compound the problem of there being not enough supply to meet the demand of physical silver. This is how you can get another squeeze similar to what you guys have seen in GameStop. There was not enough supply of GameStop shares for the short sellers to buy their position, deliver the shares that they borrowed in order to short the stock, because everyone that bought GameStop didn't sell. They held. You heard everyone on social media saying, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. If you get another rally behind something like this, and everyone demands physical delivery, you could see another squeeze, but only this time it won't be Citron getting their asses kicked. It won't be Melvin Capital. It'll be the biggest financial institutions in the world. That in a nutshell. And listen, I can go into way more depth into this with you guys, but for the sake of time on the live stream, I know it's getting late, and I know there's a lot of people that are on this live that are very experienced. There's also people that are on this live that are very new and they want to know what's going on. I'm doing my best to explain things so that everybody can kind of understand what's taking place and why all of a sudden the last couple of days everybody's talking about silver. That's why. Now factor in the global macroeconomic environment of all of this stimulus potentially sparking inflation. What is an inflationary hedge? Gold, silver, and you named it, Bitcoin. So if this happens in silver, while we are in an inflationary environment going forward, even if this was not the case, as inflation gets over 2%, silver will go up anyway. Now factor in what I just explained to you, and you have the potential of another all the stars align type of scenario for another massive short squeeze. And as I'm talking, silver futures are up 7%. Silver futures are up 7%. Okay. And not to mention, what pattern do you guys see on silver? Let's go to a weekly chart. Anybody see a nice little pattern? Well, that looks like a bullish pennant or a bullish wedge or flag pattern to me. And guess where we are right now? We're up there. We're up there, ladies and gents. We are breaking out of this pattern. You could very easily see silver over the next several months do that. You could very easily see silver over the next several months do that. Okay? How would you trade this? How would you trade this, Mike Duraco? Thank you. I was actually just gonna answer that question. Multiple ways you can trade this. You can just buy SLV. Okay, you can just buy the SLV ETF. You can just buy that. You can also buy futures contracts in silver and demand physical delivery of silver, or you can buy call options on SLV. Okay? Or you can buy call options on SLV. Okay? That's how you guys can play this trade. Okay? So there you have it, folks. I know that a lot of information. Okay. But that's what's going on. I had a lot that I wanted to talk to you guys about here tonight on this live stream. Okay. I've been doing this live. I did not buy silver futures. Although I may tonight. If I do, I'll let you guys know. If I do, I'll let you guys know. Or I'll let the TTG fam know. I'll send out like a mobile app alert. I'll send out a text alert if I do buy silver futures tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll be looking to get myself into. I'm going to put the trade on. I'm putting the trade on. I'm telling you guys now, I'm putting the trade on. I'm going to probably go with some SLV call options. Go a few months out. Give this thing time to unfold, because you'll probably get a complete beat down somewhere before the squeeze actually really goes. Like, you'll get this big move, then all of a sudden, like, you'll see on TV, silver crushed, like down, whatever. Like, you'll get this massive pullback, and then you'll get the okay, rip your face off type of squeeze. Okay, so my TTG fam, I'll be in chat. I will walk through my trade. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what contracts I'm buying. I'll tell you, the strike price, the expiration. I'll tell you guys everything, obviously, just like I always do with all of my trades. Okay. But I am going to be putting this trade on. Okay. I'm going to be putting this trade on. All right. So it's just a matter of what contracts I actually go for. And I will let you guys know. Okay. So, gang, you guys have to be in chat. Okay, I've told you now over the last week to get your butts in chat. If you guys want to know what contracts I actually go after here with this SLV trade, you guys have to be in chat. My TTG family members, I'm going to let you guys all know. How many people, though, that are on this live stream right now are not members of True Trading Group? Okay, how many of you are not Trading Group? Go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Okay, we have Andre, Achu, Brian, John, Rita, Dennis, Timothy, Dan, Robert, Andrew, Logan. Dan, I hope you liked that silver explanation because I saw your comment before about GameStop. I hope that was better. Joe, Glenn, Bryce, Scott, Nurka, Mina, Sewell 2000, FNMP 182, Chris Ortiz, Rohani, P-Stocks DC, Suzanne Talcott, Andrew Spingarn, Yadi G, Rob Robinson, Daniel Diaz, Rob DS, Aaron Perry, Janvier Laurent. Yeah, not damn. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. I'm not picking on you. I just saw your sometimes I just see, like, when I look over. Victor Laurie, Jorge Jimenez, Will Acosta, Andrew Bryan, Alan Wu, JC Trade, Galactic Federation. Nice. Beautiful. We have a lot. We have a lot of non-TTG members are here. Guys, welcome. Welcome. All of you that typed the letter TTG. Corbin, Phil, Dan, Sancha, Rob Robinson. Man, a lot. I love it. Guys, welcome. Okay? Welcome. All of you that are typing TTG in chat right now. I want to know real quick, those of you that are all typing Misha, Mitzi, so many people are still going through typing TTG. I want to know, what are all of your goals with wanting to be a consistently profitable trader? Like, what would it mean to you to be a consistently profitable trader? Like, why are you guys on here? Why are you looking to see what's going on with GameStop? Why are you guys trying to learn how to be a consistently profitable? Look, you guys are still typing. Look at all the TTGs that are coming through. Still so many people, man. So many people that are still typing away. Type your goals, guys. Type your goals. Well, silver is now 7%. Okay, passive income, financial freedom, provide a life for my family I didn't have when I was growing up. I want to retire, spend more time with my family, double my income. I don't want to be a modern day slave because we work. My goal is to get a TTG membership. Yes, Diane, independence, working on getting a house, financial independence. I want to be a better trader for my retirement, get some extra cash, help secure my future financially, show my family investing at the way out, help create a better future for me and my family, fire my boss, buy my first home, build a legacy for my girls. Hell yeah, guys. Quit my job, work for myself, pass knowledge on to my kids, financial freedom. Guys, these are absolutely awesome. These are absolutely awesome. All of these are amazing goals that you're setting for yourself. I love to see this. It's important for you to have a motivational goal, okay? Something that's going to drive you to consistently strive to be a better trader, because I'm telling you this, guys, I'm telling you this now. Being a consistently profitable trader, it's not something that just is going to happen overnight. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something where you're looking to cut corners. You guys, if you're going to try to really hone it and build and acquire skill, it's just like learning and acquiring any other skill. And so that's why it's important for you to have that long-term motivating goal that will continuously strive to push you towards that point. Okay? That will continually strive to push you to continuously better yourself. It's also important for you to set individual defined goals. Like if you've never made $100 in a day trading, make that one of your goals, achieve it, cross it off, make 200 your goal, achieve it, cross it off, 500, achieve it, cross it off, 1,000. If you never had 5 green days in a week, make that one of your goals. Because in the beginning of your career, especially, it's important for you to reach milestones and achieve goals to build confidence as a trader. It's very, very important for you to be a confident trader, especially early in your career. It's important to, it's important for you to be a confident trader if you guys want to be consistent. But early in your career, you will have some bumps and some, like it's not just going to be sunshine and rainbows. There will be some tougher times in there and some struggles. And it's important for you to have these goals that you achieve to feel accomplished and to build confidence. Very important for the young mental psyche of a new trader. Okay, so now let me ask you guys this. All of you that just typed all those goals there in chat, let me ask you guys a question, because I want to know, what's it worth to you to learn a skill that's got the potential to change your life for the better, help you stand on your own 2 feet, be financially independent, and actually achieve the goals that you all just typed to me in chat? What would something like that mean to you? Right? What would something like that mean to you? What do you guys think something like that is worth? Okay. I want to know, like, what would being able to accomplish those goals you just typed in chat, what would that be worth to you? Okay. What would that be worth to you? Seriously, guys, because honestly, guys, a membership to True Trading Group, okay, usually it's $2,212 for the year, but right now we're offering a 40% discount that brings the price all the way down to just $1,325 for the year when you use coupon code TTG121 before midnight tonight, and the price is jumping tomorrow. Okay, lock in this 40% discount right here on this live stream, because the price is going up tomorrow. Okay, get that 40% discount, guys, and get that $13.25 price point. Some of you might be saying, man, $13.25, that sounds like a lot. I want you to think again, because I'm going to explain to you what you actually get as a member of TTG. True Trading Group is not just, you heard Paul earlier on this live stream. Okay, you heard Paul earlier on. TTG is not just a chat service or a trade alert service with a chat room. We are so much more than that. TTG is an entire platform that gives you the resources, tools, and education necessary to become a consistently profitable trader. We take the top premium trading tools and products, and we bundle them together as part of your TTG membership. With your 1-year all-inclusive membership included is Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed with their Squawk Box feature. This is a news feed service that is directly inside of our chat room that gives you breaking to the second news alerts right in our chat. Right in our chat. You also can turn on our Squawk Box feature and turn on your speakers and listen to someone read the news headlines out to you instead of you having to read the news headline yourself. You also get quote streams real-time level 1, full book level 2, and real-time options data with a trading simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money. Practice implementing what you learned in the courses. Practice implementing that in the trade simulator. You heard Paul. Paul said to you guys, go through the courses and then paper trade. That is how you guys can paper trade on that simulator. Practice trading with fake money. Okay. You will also be able to have access to our Trade Ideas real-time preset scanner that is streamed directly to members throughout the day. This is a Trade Idea scanner that shows you stocks that are making new highs of the day, stocks that have an unusual volume burst. Okay. Your leading gainers on the day. All of this is included at no additional fee. You also have access to TradingView Pro's charting software with real-time streaming data when you join True Trading Group. This charting software you see on our screen right now is included with your membership. This is one of the top charting softwares out there, guys, available to members. One of the most commonly used. It is included with your membership at no additional fee. You're going to get at least a minimum 10 easy to follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts from a community of traders that is currently sporting over an 80% win rate, which means over 80% of the time that either myself or one of the other moderators in chat calls out a trade, it is a profitable one. Okay? And you are going to get access to the entire curriculum. You heard us talk about the curriculum with Paul, okay? From a professional educator and a true expert, okay? You are getting the entire curriculum, not a portion of the curriculum. There are no upsells in True Trading Group. When you sign up with that one-year membership, you get access to every course, every resource, every tool that we have. You guys get access to when you use coupon code TTG121. We have a 15-course curriculum for those that are just joining us or maybe are unfamiliar with True Trading Group or my background. I began my career working. I was not able to trade $1 of their money until I went through their educational training program. I have since simplified that material, and I created a 15-course curriculum that is on our website available for members. You get access to the entire curriculum. We have beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, option courses, swing trading courses, trader psychology courses, how to trade during a market crash. We even have a course that helps you guys on how to do your taxes, okay? Like I said, all of these courses are included. There are no you don't sign up and there's these special pro VIP courses that cost more money that hold some kind of secret. No, none of that crap. You guys get access to everything. In addition, you will also have access to our video library that now has over 100 hours of additional educational video content that is recorded workshops and webinars and live events that myself and the other moderators have conducted covering various trading topics. You'll see here on the site just a couple examples: how to grow a $500 trading account into $25K and get out of that PDT rule, how to successfully trade with a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, how to have confidence pulling the trigger, beginners getting started trading options 101. These are just some of the the topics that are available to you as a full-time member. And you can actually, you can actually start to attend these workshops and webinars live, interact, engage with the members and moderators, and actually ask questions and have access to all these events. You guys are getting access in general when you join True Trading Group. You can send us private messages throughout the course of the day. You can ask moderators questions. Instead of asking me about what I think about a stock on these live streams at 10 o'clock at night, ask me at 10 o'clock in the morning when you guys can act on whatever guidance or whatever opinion that I do give you. Okay. My TTG fam, if you are a member of True Trading Group, if you made money with True Trading Group in January, I want you to type the number 1 right now in chat. If you made money with True Trading Group in January, type the number 1 in chat right now. Guys, if you are a viewer and you are not a member of True Trading Group and you typed the letters TTG in chat before, pay close attention to the amount of number ones that are coming across your screen right now. These are your real TTG members that are benefiting and profiting from the education that they are receiving. And you can receive that exact same education, that exact same platform that has allowed them to become profitable traders by getting a 40% discount tonight on this live stream. That membership would normally cost $2,212 for the year. But on this live, you can get a 40% discount that brings the price all the way down to only $1,325 when you use coupon code TTG121 before midnight tonight. Okay, guys, Poison Rue has a question. Poison Rue has a question. My TTG fam, I need you guys to help answer Poison Rue's question. Poison Rue asks, guys, honestly, is it worth it? My TTG family members, is True Trading Group worth the $1,325 price that viewers can join our group for right now with coupon code TTG121? Sound off in chat. My advice to anyone that is watching this live stream right now that is considering joining the TTG family, do not listen to me. Pay attention to your peers. Listen to your peers, because every single person that is typing to you in chat right now was in your exact same position not too long ago. They all started off finding True Trading Group on one of these live streams and joining the group, getting the education, using the platform. Guys, and honestly, the price is most likely going to be at least $1,400 tomorrow. I told you guys at midnight tonight, we're raising our prices. And we're probably going to raise them to up over $1,400 on that coupon code. So you want to lock in that discount right now before midnight and use coupon code TTG121 as we continue our road up to $2,000. We're going to continue to try to raise that price up to $2,000 as we go through the year 2021. So you want to make sure you lock in that price point now. Plus, anyone that signs up with that coupon code by midnight is going to get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. I'm even going to cover the shipping, guys, totally free. My gift to you. Okay, totally free. My gift to you. Wow, look at that. Susie, 3 months with True Trading Group. She's up $34,000, guys. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Great job. Really great job. I love it. I love it. All right, so anyone that signs up by midnight, you get the 40% discount, but you also get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. Guys, that is the perfect tool for you to stay connected while you're on the go. We also have a mobile app that all of our members get access to that will allow you to stay connected to chat even when you're not in front of your computer. You can be connected to our chat room, see the screen share because all of our moderators share their screen with you. All of our moderators are live on the microphone, calling out where we see opportunity, telling you what we're buying, what we're selling in real time. And then with that mobile app, you will be able to see that screen share, listen to the audio analysis, but also be able to get real-time push notifications sent directly to your mobile device. And that Amazon Kindle Fire is a perfect tool for you to do just that. In addition, guys, when we talk about value of what you're actually getting with this discount, that Benzinga Pro news feed I told you about, Benzinga charges $1,188 a year for that service. It's included for free with your membership. Real-time level 1 and level 2 would be $990 a year. It's included for free with your membership. The stock simulator would cost you $750 a year. That's included. TradingView Pro's charting software, they charge $720 a year for that service. It is included for free with your membership. Guys, that's $3,648 of premium services and products that are included with your membership. That is the value that you are getting when you join TTG and lock in that 40% discount before the price goes up tomorrow. Okay? And I'm willing to do one more thing. Okay? You saw all my members commenting in chat, right? But I'm going to go one step further. Anyone That is, wow. J-Dub for life made $50K in January with True Trading Group. Great job, J-Dub. J-Dub for life. That's incredible. Guys, listen. Anyone that typed TTG in chat before, okay, anyone that typed TTG in chat before, this is what I'm willing to do. I'm going to make you guys a deal right now. I'm going to show you how much I believe in TTG and how confident I am that if you put in just a little bit of time, energy, and effort, this can and will work for you. Anyone that's on the fence, if you typed TTG in chat before, pay attention to the words that I'm about to tell you. Sign up right now with coupon code TTG121. Go through all of our courses, pass the quizzes at the end of the courses, and attend a private study group. If you do those three things and do not make back the $1,325 at least once throughout the 1 year of your membership, I will give you all of your money back. Let me say that to you again. Sign up tonight before midnight with coupon code TTG121. Go through our courses, pass the quizzes, attend a private study group, and do not make back the $1,325 membership fee at least once throughout the year of your membership, I'll give you a full refund. I am putting my money where my mouth is. And the reason why I'm able to confidently do that is because I know this education is responsible for making me the trader that I am today. And I see the success that my members are having. And now you're seeing the success that my members are having when I have them comment here in chat. And you see all the comments that they're saying through right on this live. If my members were not having success, I would not be able to offer you a guarantee. It's that simple. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I come on here and I tell you education, education, education. That's the reason why 90% of traders, because they do not know what they're doing. They do not have an education. That's the difference. So I'm now putting my money where my mouth is. I always talk about my education that I provide. Now I'm backing it up. So I've just guaranteed your membership costs. So what now do you guys have to lose? Honestly, what do you have to lose? It's never reaching your goals. That's what you have to lose. All of you that typed your goals for me in chat before, that's what you have to lose. Possibly never achieving those goals because you're never going to give yourself a chance to see if you actually can. All the goals you typed to me before in chat, I love them. They're all fantastic goals and they're motivational goals. And I love all of them. They're all very realistic. They're all very doable. Except I saw one person said they want to make a quadrillion dollars. I think they said that's not doable. I'm sorry. I can't help you. Okay. But my TTG members are achieving those exact same goals on a daily basis now. And you're seeing them comment there in chat. So I'm willing to make you that deal right now. I'm not looking for traders that don't want to do any bit of work. They don't want to learn anything. They're just like, Mike, I don't want to learn. Just tell me what to do. If that's you, sign off. I don't want, honestly, sign off. True Trading Group's not for you. But if you want to genuinely learn how to become a trader and you're willing to put in some time and work, I will guarantee you that myself and the entire TTG team and the entire TTG family, meaning all of our members, will be there with you to help you by your side. We are truly a community of traders that genuinely cares whether each other succeed or fail. That is what I absolutely can guarantee you. Okay, guys, use coupon code TTG121 before the price goes up at midnight tonight. We are also, let's see, how close are we to our next raffle? We almost 15% of the way there, maybe. $50? Are you serious? So guys, I just got a message from Adam. For those that don't know, if you guys are just a viewer, Adam is my partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. So he just told me that we are 50% of our way there. Tesla giveaway. Every time TTG gets 300 new members, we raffle off either a brand new Tesla or $30,000. Okay, so the exact number, we are 52.33% of the way there to our next raffle. Okay, so every time we get 300 new members, we raffle off a Tesla or $30,000 cash to one lucky TTG member. Okay, and we are 52% of the way there. All you have to do is be a member of True Trading Group, and your name is included in that raffle. Okay, your name's included in that raffle. All right, my guess is on Valentine's Day is probably when we will be raffling off and giving away the Tesla. Okay. All right, guys. Guys, listen, for those of you that are still unsure, okay, you're like, man, this all sounds great. We do have a 7-day trial. You heard Paul talk about that as well. Our 7-day trial is called our TTG3 program. It gets you 7-day access to our member dashboard. You can see the resource and tools available to you as a full-time trader. And you will also be able to get 3 sample courses. Okay, you will also be able to get 3 sample courses included with that membership for only $3. Okay, for only $3. Our trial is $. That's less than a cup of coffee. Seriously, you spend $3 on way dumber stuff. It also gets you 3 days access to our live trading chat room where you guys can, like I said, see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, get the trade alerts, use the news feed. We also will show you guys on our website all of our trading history. We keep an entire detailed trading log of all of our trading performance, all of our buys, all of our sells, all of our winners, our losers, all of our break-even trades. Everything is on our website for you guys to see and track all of the moderators' performance. You'll be able to see all of that as well as a TTG trial member. Okay, so for that, go to ttgthree.com. Okay, that is ttgthree.com to sign up for your 7-day trial. It is only a one-time payment of $3. There's no auto renew. There's no reoccurring payment. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time, but you're under no obligation to do so for our TTG3 trial program. Okay. So again, guys, that's ttgthree.com. Otherwise, take advantage of that coupon code TTG121 to join the team full time, as this is the cheapest you guys are going to be able to get a membership to True Trading Group, because by tomorrow, I think at midnight, where the price is jumping to $13.87. So I think at midnight, the price is going up to $13.87. You can get $13.25 right now. Before midnight, you got a little more than an hour and a half left to do so when you use coupon code TTG121. Get your butts in chat. Sorry, guys. $13.87 is the price for TTG3. Okay, the price for TTG3. So if you guys join TTG3, okay, if you guys join TTG3, you will not get the $13.25 price point. You're not going to get the free Amazon Kindle, and you're not included in the Tesla raffle. Okay, but if you guys want to join the team for 7 days, it's like to be part of the TTG community, get a feel for what a professional education can do for your trading, go to ttgthree.com. Okay, the cheapest you'll be able to get will be $13.87 as a TTG3 trial member. Okay. Otherwise, guys, lock in that $13.25 price point right now, TTG121. And if you guys want to find out how I plan on profiting from what may be a massive short squeeze in silver, use this coupon code. Get the money back guarantee. Get the Amazon Kindle Fire. Give yourself a chance to win 30 grand or a Tesla. And get your butts in chat. It's that. That's it. Okay. I'm going to be putting this trade on. Let me check the futures market right now. 7%. So we're still up at 7% right now on futures contracts for silver. So about 7%. Okay. Lock in this discount, guys, before the price goes up at midnight. All right. Again, TTG121. Thank you for joining me here tonight, guys, on this live stream. You guys are the best. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and yes, of course, smash that like button. And you guys better get your butts in chat, because I might put that silver trade on as early as tomorrow. So sign up, code TTG121 right here, right now, so you guys can partake in that trade as well. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Thanks for joining.